Welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. Now, today we're going to talk about that event that took place over the weekend. You know, the Trump rally and the pew pews. Yeah, if your first reactions was it has to be staged, you're not alone. There are a lot of us that had that belief, especially initially. Now, the more evidence that comes out, I guess the more we'll learn. And I've taken a lot of heat over the last 2 days because on social media because people just don't understand my take. Now, the further we get removed from Saturday, the more it appears that this guy did acted on his own for whatever reason. Now, if you haven't seen any news about this, which I doubt many have gone this long without hearing about it, but on Saturday, there was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. The shooter, Thomas Crooks, is dead, and also a bystander that was at the event is dead. And there are critical injured people still in the hospital now, from what I've read recently. Now, Donald Trump is a terrible person. To me, he has no redeeming qualities. He's the worst president this country has ever seen, and will be even worse in a second term. But I do not believe he should be shot. I do not believe violence is the solution to anything. And that right there is where I get problems. It's where I get I get blowback from people on social media. Yes, I understand the evil things he wants to do. I understand his views on my community. But I also understand that he's a human. Will I ever vote for Donald Trump? Will I ever support Donald Trump? Will I stop reporting on the things he wants to do? No. But if I devolve into being okay with political violence just because it's against somebody that I can't stand, what does that make me? It means I have no moral leg to stand on when I say I don't support political violence. This is America. We're supposed to be better than this. Right? We're supposed to be better than this. Now, the shooter was a 20-year-old registered Republican who voted for the first time in 2022 as a registered Republican, but had given to a Democratic charity back in 2021. But according to everybody that they've talked to that were former classmates, people that knew him still, were like, yeah, he was definitely a conservative. Which does beg the question, why would a conservative try to take out their own person? These are things we have no motive for, we have no answer for. Law enforcement, last I heard, had not found anything to really explain what was going on in social media posts or even after they raided his family's home. But here's some things we do know. The shooting, of course, took place when Trump was on stage, and the shooter was at an elevated level. The fact is, people in the crowd had warned police several minutes before the shooting started that there was a guy that looked like he had a gun climbing up on top of a building. The police and the Secret Service ignored them. We also found out this morning that the building that the shooter used to shoot from was the local police tactical unit's staging ground. They apparently did not make sure that everything was safe, right? In their own staging ground. I don't know if it was complacency. I don't know if it was, ignorance, incompetence. I don't know. Because even if it had been a staged event, right? Which I don't know if we'll ever be able to rule out, but I'm not going to sit here and be a conspiracy theorist over it. But even if it had been, why would the police have ignored people saying someone had a gun? Why would the police just be like, oh, okay, they got a gun, who cares? You have a presidential candidate on stage. You shouldn't be able to get close within 150 feet or yards or whatever it was of the venue. I'm sorry, you shouldn't be able to get that close with a gun. I don't care if the presidential candidate is Donald Trump, RFK, Joe Biden. It doesn't matter. This is definitely a failure on the part of the Secret Service. And I believe the head of the Secret Service and the head of the local police and the head of Trump's detail need to be fired or resign. It is not acceptable to ignore the threat. Now, I know they probably wouldn't have had time to get everybody cleared out. No, the chaos would have been problematic. Right? I understand that they would have had a hard time getting everybody out. But they should have at least had Trump off stage. You know what I mean? Trump should have at least been off stage. There was a bank or a financial organization who the shooter had done a commercial with back a few years ago when they were in high school, and he's been removed. Or the video that advertisement's been removed from the websites and everything. And let's see. I'm trying to see if I can find the name of the person who died in the shooting. He was a firefighter, a father, a husband, and he didn't deserve to die. Let me see here. I'm looking here. But it's really sad that somebody would go just to... Okay, here we go. But all this guy was doing, right? All this guy did was go support his chosen candidate. Now, I have no doubt in my mind that Donald Trump and his people don't care about people like me. They probably, this guy probably would hate somebody like myself. But you know what? We're allowed our opinions in life. That's just it. You can have all the opinions about me you want. Just don't hurt me and my community. That's all I ask. Right? But this is America. You're supposed to be free to your opinions, free to your views. And I saw people celebrating that somebody died, and I'm like, that's disgusting. Because that's not the America I grew up in. That's not the America I believe in. But let's see here. His name was Corey Comparatori. He died protecting his family from the shotgun shots. He was a retired firefighter. So doing heroic things is probably just baked into his DNA, right? And he died protecting his family. When the shots rang out, from what I've read, he dove over the top of his family to protect them. And that's how he ended up getting shot. This shouldn't have happened. That man, regardless of if I would have agreed with his politics or not, didn't deserve to die. And myself, I'm absolutely just ashamed that there are people in this country that celebrated what happened on Saturday. Those people don't understand that we were inches away from a much different outcome. I have no doubt in my mind that we would not have woken up Sunday to what we know as America had Trump been killed in that assassination attempt. Because immediately after the shooting took place, there were people talking about, how there would have, they wanted to start a civil war because of what happened. Because they were under the belief, mistakenly, that the shooter was somehow associated with Antifa. But he wasn't. He was one of their own. Now, Joe Biden came out on Sunday and made some brief comments about what happened and how this shouldn't happen. And he's right. I believe if you're a person that supports Joe Biden, you should follow his lead, show compassion, show some empathy. This is not a road we want to go down in America. We don't want to go down this road. We win at the ballot box. That's what we do in this country. We put our ideas out there and we vote. I don't know what else I can say. When interviewed or when asked for, comment, the father said he wants to know what the hell is going on before he comments any further on his son. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here at this point. I don't know what the outcome of this investigation will be. But I know it's got to be hell for the guy's family. Because not only did their son kill somebody, his mother is a registered Democrat. His dad a registered Libertarian or Republican. And so you wouldn't think that he would have been taught to do this kind of thing, right? So I do feel bad for his parents. And I feel bad for the family of the retired firefighter who was killed. I'm also sad for our country. Period. That's it. I'm sad for this country. Anyhow, there will be at least a video for Wednesday. I'm not 100% sure if there'll be a video on Friday or not, but I am pretty sure there'll be a video um, Wednesday. Right now, I'm kind of at a loss for what to cover, and I've only got about an hour left before I have to get busy doing some other things. Anyhow, y'all have a great day. I'll see you down the road. Oh, those videos will go up at 5 p.m. If there's a video for Friday, just like Wednesday, they'll both go up at 5 p.m. Anyhow, have a great day.